their creation, and we pass on, our soul transcends, and we're going to go back to heaven and hang out with that coven of ascended masters and gaze upon the glory of Christ, and and all the secrets be unraveled with some kind of telepathic download, beyond language. So what we're attempting to do here is to go into a territory where language is not welcome, just unbridled bewilderment of the great riddle. The road to awe is through breath, and I think the true logos is it's beyond our understanding. We just have to gaze upon the wonder. And on a closing note, let me get a little jiggle, a little dance in here. I really think that this is an unbelievably enchanted, magical, beautiful realm that is so beyond words, so beyond language, that I think it's our hubris to think that we can use language to try to articulate and extrapolate the actual beautiful wonder of this great mysterium tremendum that we're afoot in, and that every breath we take and every person we meet, every experience we have is in this Garden of Eden. This is heaven on earth. There's been this wildly beautiful, transcendental, metaphysical idea of this millennial kingdom, this millennial reign, this 1,000-year reign of Christ, and that whole thing is really beautifully, stunningly poetic and enchanted. This true, sense of mystery and awe of this Garden of Eden that we're living in. And now when I look around, I literally see the Garden of Eden. This beautiful creation. I look up at the firmament and I see the pole star. I imagine that to be the gates to heaven. Just like there's a pineal gland on our head, this is our dome. And then we got the pineal gland, that's our pole star. And then we got this huge dome with the pole star Polaris up there. It's like as above, so below. There's a dome within, a dome without. There's a portal, a pineal gland portal to back to heaven through consciousness. At the same time, I think that when we die, our souls get pulled to the electromagnetic center of the system where Mount Meru is, and we shoot up that Jacob's ladder, the stairway to heaven, and our soul flies into Polaris, and that's where heaven is. I think heaven is actually in the waters above, through Polaris, through the pole star. We are standing in the Garden of Eden right now, and what we're trying to do is to unravel all these false narratives so that we can realize that here in the body
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Sombrero. It is May something, May 11th, the year of our Lord 2025. Coming at you live from a hotel room in Charlotte, North Carolina, and Nashville, Tennessee, and somewhere out in California. I believe it's Fresno. Andrew, is that right? Oh, did you get that right?
No, San Jose.
San Jose, somewhere in California.
It's 3 hours away. Whatever.
What's up, guys?
Hey, what's up? What's up? Doing well. Hopefully, you guys are doing well too. Being on the road so much is not usually very fun.
Oh, dude, it's just. Yeah, I mean, it's been everything. We've been all hell all over the place, up and down the eastern seaboard, with cats and Blue Ridge Parkway. In the mountains. Haven't been to the ocean yet, but we're on our way down to the Kakalaki crew in the next couple of days. Matter of fact, we're just literally north of. Well, we're east of Crum of about 40 minutes, and north of the South Carolina crew about an hour or so. And but welcome.
Yeah.
Rico, how you doing?
Good. I had a wonderful me and my son night where we just hung out and bonded and went walking and whatnot. Showed him the tracks where I got beat down. I wanted to share a photo, but I didn't know how to share it.
You'll have to send it to.
Healed up.
Can I just text it to you, or would that fuck you up?
You put it in the private chat. Andrew's our producer these days while we do this village roadshow thing that we're doing. I'm also managing a couple of cats. She's powdering her nose, not in the way you think. Andrew, how you doing? You doing good, buddy?
Aside from getting bit by a black widow, I'm doing well.
Oh, holy shit!
Yeah, that's why I said I may not stick around for the. I think I'm going to go to the emergency room tonight to have them take a look at it.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's right there.
Oh man. Yeah, you might want to have that taken a look at. That's like one of the most poisonous spiders in the world, Andrew.
Yeah, it's not the most poisonous. The most poisonous spider is the Brazilian wandering spider, which is a tarantula. And interestingly about it is that, yeah, it's super, super venomous. And if a man gets bitten by one, it'll cause a really hard erection to the point where it can cause your dick to explode.
Whoa! You've been waiting to use that one for a long time, haven't you?
Yeah, maybe. But then, so it's all brown recluse. There's wolf spiders. There's black widows. Yeah, they're all not all. Well, actually, I think all spiders are venomous, but it's just a matter of if they have the teeth to actually, like daddy longlegs. Yeah, they don't have teeth big enough to their mandible.
Nice.
They can't do anything to a human. Anyways,
well, we have some lovely guests on here tonight. Zack and Cami from IronRealm Media. We haven't had them on, and it's been they were almost one of our first episodes. We're gonna catch up with those guys and just see what's going on out there in FE world. Kind of catch up on the village shit show that Nicole and I are going through right now, and give you all the good updates. But did you have something you wanted to play, Andrew? You want to throw that up?
Well, yeah, the one that you wanted me to share, I'll go ahead and do that right now.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's not letting me share there, so I'm just going to send it to you.
Just go on the private chat.
It won't let me share there.
Oh, and Karen, yes, I hadn't seen black widows over here for a long time, but all of a sudden there's black widows all over the fucking place. So, and one of them fell on me yesterday as I was going through my garage door, and I got it off me real fast, but I guess it fucking bit me like right before that happened.
Too much you. Oh yeah, Zack and Cami.
Here we go.
It's gonna be a good one. Yep.
I haven't seen this video. It's a short, and then after that, we can. Zach has a whole bunch of videos in there to share as well. So
I figure we just take a look. Let's just take a look at some videos here while we get started.
Mine's just a photo. I just sent it to Andrew.
All right.
We're just basically going to do this once a week. Have a bit, me and him, father son bonding night. We just had a really good weekend.
Oh yeah, this is an interesting one going around right now. I like it. I also there's parts of it I like, parts that I don't like, but I don't know. Do what you will with it.
My mom, and she loves him very much because animals are better than people. They try to cancel me, bother me, stop bothering me. I don't even like my job. Karens, shut the fuck up. Vegans, shut the fuck up. Babies, shut the fuck up. Everyone needs to shut the fuck up. Putin, shut the fuck up. War, shut the fuck up. Dinosaurs, shut the fuck up. Everyone needs to shut the fuck up. Traffic, shut the fuck up. People, shut the fuck up. Groceries, shut the fuck up. Everyone needs to shut the fuck up. I had a
All right, so
that's the latest rage, apparently. So, like, if people don't give a fuck now, they will soon.
Yeah, I saw another video that I shared over on one of the other streams that I go on to fairly often, and I found this one of this guy was going around interviewing a bunch of people, and there's one girl, she was dressed up like a princess, and she was at like one of these LGBTQ, I don't know what the fuck, alphabet company fucking rallies, and she's like, oh yeah, I don't like people, I like frogs, people suck, I just like frogs. And it's like, what the fuck? I mean, she was a good looking girl too. She's like, yeah, frogs.
Oh, also, we should extend our best to all those mothers out there today. Happy Mother's Day to everyone. I think we have a mother coming on here, and then we've got mothers out there in the chat.
Well, I think we have two mothers coming on here tonight.
Oh yeah. Okay.
If she wants to.
If she wants to. There's a very special guest visiting from over the pond. That is, she might, if she's not too shy, she might be popping on with Cami and Zach. Did you want to play one more thing before we brought them on?
Sure. I actually have it like this is a little different.
Okay, I'm getting frustrated.
What
the hell?
Okay, let me get over here. This is very different. This is just for entertainment. No, not for because it's copyrighted. It's just entertainment.
Just entertainment.
Yeah.
So if I start to see your face start to swell up and like you grow like an arm out of your shoulder, I'm probably going to send you to the hospital.
Oh, no, if I'm starting to grow another arm, I'm fucking good. I'll take it. All right. So this is a little compilation of videos that I have put together over the years, and
let's make it big.
It is
giggity.
big.
Hey, I just sent that photo to your text. If you can't display,
I don't know how to do that because I'm on my PC, so I'll figure it out.
Mine's not working for some reason.
All right, here we go. This is just to start off with. This is only like 4.5 minutes long in total for these videos, and this is gonna blow your fucking mind a little bit. All you're gonna be saying is, "What the fuck is wrong with people?" Here you go.
Okay. Oh no. Oh no.
Yep, there goes your weekend.
Oh no. Oh my God.
And men get pregnant.
Mr. Chairman? Yes.
Define what a woman is.
Mr. Chairman, there are people who identify as different genders who are capable of getting pregnant. That is my position on this. I am not going to feed more into the bigotry of that question.
So what is this right here?
The pelvis. It's the only bone in the body that's gender specific, which means it's different in boys and dogs. Yeah, the pelvis is strong to protect the organs used for digesting and reproduction, which means going things.
No.
It gets worse.
That's just your type, Andrew.
No,
Yeah,
that's a guy. That was a guy. Yeah.
Your sense of sarcasm is not very sharp, is it?
Baby, just go, honey. Just go.
How stupid are people? The display phones don't work.
It's gonna be all right. Just go.
So what's he doing? Just twisting the thing until he thinks it's going to pull it off? I think the sound's muted, Andrew. Andrew, are you there?
Yep.
Your sound is muted, or at least I'm not hearing it.
Oh.
There we go. Maybe. Oh. Oh, I've seen this one, Painting the Shadow.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Yeah, at some point, you just have to tell people, just stop. Please.
So it's got to be like 57 piercings, right? To make that sort of thing work.
You could probably count them.
And she's also doing a mask. So it's a mask and piercings. Yikes. Yeah. Oh, boy. No. Just no. 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 Oh, my God. No.
Imagine being the doctor that's like, are you sure you want to have this done to yourself?
I just can't. I can't. Oh, my God.
Okay. So.
Oh, well, we're all better off. We're all better off for seeing that.
Yeah.
Right? Hold on a second. Let's have our guests on. They've been waiting long enough. I want Cami and Zach back. I haven't talked to them in such a long time. Hold on here. There we go. Hi, Cami. Zach.
Hello. Oh, listen, we're not here. Big too.
I see a secret little guest on the couch there next to you, Cami. Is that a Liz?
That is a Liz.
I've heard about the Liz spottings lately.
She's over from the other side of the pond.
Not to get all conspiratorial, but I've been hearing people spotting Liz's roaming around in the water.
Yeah. I've seen them.
How's the jet lag? The jet lag is easier coming this way, allegedly. I don't know. Whenever I went to Germany, it was always awful, but coming back wasn't so bad.
Well, Liz is kind of a party animal. So she was always up late, like half the time anyway. She would be up late at night. So I don't think it was too bad for her. Like when she got here, she definitely didn't like go right to bed. It was the middle of the day, about 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, something like that. But no, they were up till past midnight. So yeah, she like right into it, grooved right into it.
Nice. Liz, I won't add you to the stage unless you want me to, but you're backstage so you can hear us. But you just let me know if you actually want to join the
Go ahead and add her. Go ahead and add her.
Okay.
And somehow I made the camera go. I clicked myself off and on, and it's
Ooh.
circling when I'm doing it. I know I need to reset. I'm going to leave and reset my settings.
We get
okay?
I removed it because we're getting an
yeah.
we're getting
You guys
echo on
can't
that
sit
one.
right next to each other.
Yeah. But if she wants to be added, she'll just have to maybe go to another room and we can add her.
And now you're backstage because when you're next to me, you have to go into another. You have to step away from me because we're too close. And I need to reset. I don't know if I can do it from here without doing it. I don't know.
Oh, and by the way, Alex, I think
so.
people were in chat are saying that they couldn't see or hear anything I was showing. I guess you.
That is correct.
Wow.
Well,
okay.
I could see it and hear it, but
I
sometimes
don't think you were.
You had it muted.
No, I didn't have it muted.
You can sit next to me now. You can do it. It won't do it anymore.
I was sharing it, but you didn't actually put it up.
Oh no, I put it up. I added it to the stage.
All right, well, I won't
that's
do it
weird.
again.
I was watching it on YouTube. It seemed all right. There was one part where it was a little. It took a second to catch. You were.
I think what they were talking about, Andrew, was that you had it muted for a hot minute, and so like kind of people are cross confusing that. But I'm
no, I
pretty
didn't have
sure
anything muted. I had the volume all the way up.
Really?
Yeah.
You guys should be fine, by the way, on us right now. It was me that did it on the controls. When I had it set up, I had it set up the right way. But somehow when I was trying to chat into you guys that you guys weren't broadcasting over YouTube, I got disconnected and connected.
Okay.
And nothing. I'm on AirPods and so is she. So she can sit next to me and that is fine. I just everything went off default. So we're fixed now.
Well, she's on stage now. Liz, you're on stage.
She's on
like
stage now. Yep. Yep. And she's sitting next to me. You're going to see her on my camera.
Oh, yeah. But I mean, I'm getting a little bit of an echo. So probably just, she can talk into your mic or whatever, as long as she can hear it. But we'll still get her. We'll still get her no matter what, because she can hear it and then she can talk, and we'll probably get her through your mic. I'm sure.
Zach and myself are like doing the old school like studio can thing.
Yeah. So what's up, guys? It's been a while since we had you on. I know you got a new show, or not a new show, but on Glowbuster, Zach, you're doing a Saturday thing, which is kind of interesting to me. I actually caught the first one you did, not this last Saturday before, where you're kind of talking about kind of the latest and greatest. The latest and greatest in FE, which is kind of a different thing than from like the Sunday Glowbuster show, which is very tech oriented. And I liked it, man. I really thought that was like something that we were kind of missing, is sort of a weekly update that's not so much deep into the tech stuff, but more just like, hey, here's some new things that are going on. And I really enjoyed it because I would have normally seen any of that stuff, because apparently we're starting to get divided up in crazy ways again, where like we thought we knew all the people in all the circles and we don't know shit.
Yeah, it's crazy how many flat earthers are out there that are like coming out and making their very first flat earth video. You'll go back and look through their channels and it'll be about this or that, sports or this or that, and all of a sudden there's like, boom, I think the earth is flat, or at least not a ball. A lot of them are saying that. A lot of these new people are coming out and saying, I'm not sure if it's flat, but I'm almost positive it's not what we've been told.
Yeah, which is always the first step, right? That's the first like little baby step towards, oh fuck, it's flat. It's always like,
more and more of that lately. Like I think it was like 2015 that Weiss played a video of a guy playing a video game, and he had a big audience watching him play video games, how the kids do, and he threw up a poll, is it flat or not? And I think it was like pretty close to like 50-50 in like thousands of people. And where I went for a month, there was at least 50% of them were already there. Like it's growing. Antarctica did nothing but start drama. It didn't do anything to dissuade, and it shouldn't have.
No, I mean, it's beyond social media now, guys. Really. I mean, with the numbers that CNN puts out there, They say 10% of Americans. That's 33 million people.
Yeah. And that's probably gaslighting at that level. It's probably add a couple zeros to it,
Yeah, for sure. No, I mean it's crazy. It's beyond social media now. It really is. It's out in the streets. It's being talked about at the works, at places like that. Teachers are talking about it in school. Preachers are doing flat earth sermons all over the country now.
Yeah. I believe that.
There's no putting this back in the bottle, even if they made it so you can't say flat earth on the internet at all. You're not getting rid of this. It's not going away.
Yeah, I'm a teacher. I talk about it in class when it's necessary. But aside from that, I just don't bring it up. But I talk about it. There's nothing they can do about it. Like, it's amazing how many of my students, they'll laugh at it and snicker, and I just say, all right, prove me wrong. And all of a sudden they shut up. And so some of them are like, yeah, we know that. We learned about that a long time ago. I'm like, oh, cool.
Yeah, and it's almost like an unspoken thing that's on the street right now. I don't know. It's like you've seen it, we've seen it in phases over the course of, I guess, 10 years. But like, people's language has changed. Their rhetoric has changed when they respond to the topic. And am I supposed to feel better about that? I don't know. I always felt like I had an obligation to share it once I understood the topic. I should be feeling like glee right now. I'm not really, because it's just like we're never going to get the satisfaction of someone like, saying, hey, we're sorry, you guys are right. Flat Earth 2.0 was correct. We're never going to get the satisfaction of that. Maybe that's not what we signed up for, but it's like it does make me smile a little bit to kind of see it in little incremental steps go up and watch them. They're so predictable reactions of like, well, you know what? I'm not, I don't know about this flat earth stuff, but the globe is starting to it's a little weird to me. You can see the language, right? It keeps going. It's like, you know what? These flat earthers, they may be onto something, but I'm not flat. Then it goes to like, I'm kind of into this flat earth thing, but you know what? I'm not, those whole steps, it goes through this whole process until they're like, well, fuck it. It's flat. Right. And then a lot of them are doing it now. A lot of them, like in all these videos, it's especially like the guys that have big channels. They're like, I like flat earthers. I think they're pretty cool. I'm not a flat earther, but I'm willing to hear them out. That's step one. That's step one in the process. Step two is either they get their channel shut down, or they don't have flat earthers on anymore, or they're like, I'm cool with flat earthers, but I'm not really going to have them on anymore. There's like so many different scenarios where they're trying to manage their career, their YouTube career, versus, I don't want to lose 20,000 viewers because I say it's flat. You can see the whole process, and we've watched it unfold over the course of, I don't know.
Yeah,
at least 5 years, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, bunches of times.
Well, Jaron lost around 16,000 subscribers because he said it was a globe. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, he burned his channel down.
Yeah, but he didn't go full retard, you guys. You have to go full retard to get Glober support. He's got to ask Mavi what his gender is. We went to the moon. COVID was all real, and the little pinks are great for us. We should all go get some more, every couple months. You have to toe the line, or else you're not going to get Simon Dan support and stuff like that. You're just not.
Yeah, it's weird, right?
Mm-hmm. It's all or none with them.
Yeah,
that ain't a cult, right?
Well, what is the trifecta, right? With Jared, the trifecta is then the moon landings are real, right? That's next in line. Once he's got to go there, right?
Well, he has to. If he wants to be in that crowd, you have to. You have to toe the line. Yeah. That's the only way you're going to, get in with them and start getting their kind of numbers, even if those numbers are real. I'm not sure if they are or not. I don't think any of the numbers we see are real.
And then you got moon landing and germ theories always in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got to toe all of it. Science is perfect. We know everything. I could tell you what that star 300 and something plus light years away. I could tell you the gas on the planet going around that star. You have to believe all that shit, or else you're not going to be in their club. That's just how that works.
And it is a club, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. We do have a very special guest that has never been on our show before, and that is Liz, the Iron Maiden, all the way from Scotland.
Hi, Liz.
If she has anything she wants to talk about or any questions anyone has, I'd love to hear from her.
We talk like 3 times a week.
I'm still saying, Liz, that you need to do audiobooks or something because you have like this ASMR voice that is so soothing and awesome.
Here, I can add Liz here, but as long as Cami mutes. Here we go. Liz is on. And then if Cami mutes or does a thing. Okay, Liz, we can hear you.
Okay. Hi.
Hi, Liz.
Hi, everyone.
Oh, you're over here.
I'm over here.
How was the flight and all that?
It was fine. Airports were busy. It was a bit awful, and I kept on going in the wrong direction and spilling my purse. But I got here.
How long of a flight was that?
Well, it's just under 9 hours to Atlanta, and then the flight from Atlanta to Greenville was delayed because they put too much fuel in the plane and had to sort out the paperwork. And then they decided they had to take the excess fuel off. So we ended up taking off at the time we should have landed. So.
Well, that's just not true.
Ted's
in here. He'll tell you. That's just not true. But
don't get started on the jet fuel hoax stuff.
He knows I'm kidding.
Yeah, I think I said to Ted. So yeah, there was quite a delay in Atlanta, but it was fine. But I ended up being up for about 25 hours.
Oh no!
So I've been trying to catch up on my sleep. I'm getting there, and it's been so relaxing this week. And I saw Karen on Friday for her birthday, and that was lovely.
Well, welcome back to the States. I'm glad the weather's better than the last time you were here, because basically the biggest storm that can happen hit exactly where you were when you visited last time. So it's maybe a little more pleasant this time.
Well, it's been the big talking point every time I talk to people back home. You know, I say the hurricane went right over the house, so that tends to be the conversation.
Yeah.
But it wasn't just me. My daughter and my grandchildren went out to Thailand. They arrived in Bangkok on the Thursday, and the earthquake hit on the Friday. So nobody wants to be traveling with my family.
Oh, you're not cursed. You were at the
might be jinxed.
you were at the big earthquake in Thailand that year. You were at that one.
My daughter.
Okay.
The big Myanmar one that just happened last month. My daughter and my grandchildren experienced that one in Bangkok. Okay.
That was a big one. Apparently,
it wasn't too bad in Bangkok, but there was cracks in the hotel, and the building that was under construction that collapsed.
Okay. Apparently, there was an earthquake in North Carolina? Maybe chat. Somebody got it. Crumb and Emily said there was an earthquake. They could feel it at their house. Not even a couple days ago. Was that true?
I think it was Tennessee.
Was it Tennessee? Okay.
That's the only place I ever felt an earthquake is when I was in North Carolina. I've been through a couple, but I was actually driving the 2 or 3 that were felt up in Indiana. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we were at the B&B, and I was sitting on the back porch just looking out at, it was like woods right there. And all of a sudden I start like bouncing a little bit, and then I look at the glass window, and the glass window is waving like this. I was like, whoa, I thought like somebody real big was on the inside jumping up and down or something. And they said it was like a 5.2 or something like that. About 90 miles away. It was crazy.
They're so weird, right? Because I actually experienced one in New York City. We too, Nico and I experienced one. It woke us up, but it's basically like a wave shake. We could see the trees outside moving or whatever. But the first one that I experienced, I was in a swivel chair, in front of a computer in Brooklyn, and it was a concrete floor, and I was like doing some work on a computer or something, and suddenly my chair starts going like this. And I'm like, I thought somebody was fucking with me behind me, like came up behind me and started swirling my chair. And I immediately went around, I was like, what the? And there was nobody there. And I was like, oh, that was weird. And I find out 5 minutes later that the earthquake was making my swivel chair go like this, which is kind of a weird effect because there's wheels on the bottom of the chair and it's on a really smooth floor. But if you've never experienced one before, it's kind of off-putting. You're sort of like, what? Wait, what?
Yeah. I didn't know what it was when it happened. I had to go and check and see, like, did I just feel an earthquake? We just got done doing a morning show on Ironworks. And
if you don't know what that is, it's a new experience, right?
Yeah, I had no clue. I was like, was that like an earthquake? Did the foundation like sink in or something? What just happened to the house? The whole house was moving. I felt it. Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah, only because like tornadoes, you can see them coming. Hurricanes, blizzards, that kind of stuff. Like there's weather warnings and stuff. Earthquakes, it'll happen at any point, and you have no warning whatsoever. And over here in California, I remember during the '89 earthquake, which basically collapsed multiple bridges. It collapsed the Bay Bridge while people were on it, and yeah, it just destroyed roads and houses. And I mean, they're fucking nuts. And sometimes an earthquake can be so little to the point where it lasts like 5 seconds. Other times it'll last around 30 seconds, and then you have the tremors afterward, which is. I still don't know what causes earthquakes, but I don't, unless you're going to go with the globe model and they say, oh yeah, the tectonic plates. And I don't know if that's even true. I mean, it could be, but I don't know.
Yeah, I worked with a geologist, right? He was like in his 70s. And he said back in the 60s it was still like highly debated if tectonic plates are even a thing. In geology, to me, the more I look into it, I mean, there is some, something to it for sure. But it's not like what Cami did with gemology, where you're actually, it actually counts. It's not just theories and ideas. It's like, is this a real diamond or is this not a real diamond? I need to know because I'm about to spend, 30 grand on this little rock, and I want to know if it's actually what it is. So what she learned was a lot more scientific, in my opinion, where geology is kind of like space travel and astrophysics and stuff like that. They're guessing how all this stuff was formed billions and billions of years ago, over, billions of years. It's not built on a actual foundation of knowledge.
If you go into the news headlines today, you're going to see how the West Coast is going to be split off California, and this is just upcoming quake, 9.0 quake coming to California in the near future. But then again, you click into it in the near future, it's going to be in the next 20,000 years. It's easy to have fun predictions like that when you have a theoretical near future being 20,000 years, and it could happen any day. It could happen any day, and it could. But again, they on the tectonic plates, it's fun to see. It was fun to watch the news and what comes out every day. Today had really good news. Again, just looking at the stuff, it was preposterous. I even forget some of the headlines I was reading, to Zach, but it's like, oh my God, we all do it. We read the headlines and it's like,
well, if you think about it, Cami, you haven't made a really good point. It's like, the astrophysicist is like, well, we expect these things to happen. Well, if you expect something to happen, that means it's down the road a bit, but we expect it to happen, but it never actually gets here, so it's never in the now. So you can use I expect this to happen as a neuro-linguistic sort of like language weapon against somebody moving forward and say, well, but our models expect this to happen. I was like, well, when do you expect that to happen exactly? And they're like, well, we expect it to happen in the future. And then while the future comes, they keep expecting it further and further into the future, which means they get to dodge the actual point of what the fuck actually is going on, right? This is like language. This is language warfare, And it's like the same thing was like, what is it? They can predict something in 20,000 years. Well, no one's going to be around here, at least any of us, to actually prove whether what they said is right or not. So they can sit there and be like, yeah, in 20,000 years, there's going to be a big flood and this is going to go out here, but they're not going to reap the consequences of telling that bullshit lie. they're just spewing bullshit out of their face. It's like what's more useful to us? Let's speak in the moment. Let's talk about, hey, what are you seeing right now? There's a map out there. What's the name of that guy? The map that has the flooding. The Edgar Casey one. The Edgar Casey blood map, which kind of makes sense if you follow the New Madrid disaster that happened. Very similar to the Nostradamus one. Well, if you I don't have any access to the Akashic records, and I haven't. Yes, you do. You just have to meditate. Okay, maybe so. Maybe I should meditate more. But in the meantime, until I do meditate more and access the Akashic records, maybe there are these flood events and these reset events. But like in general, the language effort that comes out of especially the astrophysicist crowd and the geology crowd, even though there's some Randall, the guy that's a lot of these geologists I like a lot, because they're actually they're thinking spot on, except they've got too many zeros behind the ones. They're thinking in too much of a stretch of time. They're thinking they've got their timelines way the fuck extended, and they're like, if you just would make your timeline a little bit smaller, you'd actually get your solutions quicker. But they won't do it. They're still tied to, like, maybe they.
Or you gotta play the game, right?
Play the game. I don't know. They don't want to talk to us.
Your job. That's how it works.
One of the beautiful stories that was out in the news, and they had a beautiful, beautiful petrified tree in Arizona, and it was like doing this, and it went into like this beautiful petrified tree that took millions of years to create. And again, going into how many millions of years it took to make that petrified tree. And yet, if we want to petrify a tree in laboratory, we can do it pretty rapidly. If we focus and concentrate, we can do it in a few weeks. And if we do more natural conditions, in the recipe, a few years, but it's not millions of years ever. And yet again, you're in geology. In geology, you see how long things take to create. And gemology is fun because it's all about creating rocks in laboratories, and that you see how quickly it really does happen. And the two shall never meet. So they have them in different schools. I mean, one's a trade school, a business school, and one's a university study. And again, the two shall never meet.
Exactly, and that's the trick.
That's
the
key.
bugger.
That's the trick.
Yeah, and so but really, haven't they also demonstrated just high pressure can produce that same effect, like extreme high pressure, right?
Extreme high pressure, and because actually diamonds work best under low pressure, and a lot of things work. Yeah. We were early on doing the synthetic diamonds and making them in the lab. We kept on exploding them under high pressure, and somebody tried it under low pressure accidentally, or the pressure didn't get set. And they work much better forming under lower pressure. It's high pressure kind of messes with the recipe on them. It can be done, but it's harder to do it. Again, each recipe, it's like baking a cake. You can bake a cake at I don't know, like 250 or 275 degrees if you adjust how much baking powder and soda and do things in the long term, or you could bake it, perfectly for 20 minutes at this and have it come out well, or short cook it for this. Again, have the different middles and the different conditions on it, but it's like, how do you bake the cake? Multiple ways to change the ingredients and do things to get to, again, there's lots of recipes for a chocolate cake or for anything. So
can you say that thing again, where the things never meet? Because I need to actually imprint that on my brain, because this is the whole kicking the can down the road thing. That what they want in their reality versus what's actually going to happen will never meet. That means they'll always be right. Is that kind of where we're coming from here? It's like their predictions will be so far down the road that we'll never be able to see it. So I am the guy that knows all this stuff, and you will listen to me, right? It's like,
it's super easy when you say it'll happen within the next 200,000 years, because it could happen tomorrow, or it could happen, anytime within the next 200.
The near future.
Never wrong.
But break it down when you're talking about the reset events and everything. Let's look at this seriously, because every day somewhere on this realm, record-breaking weather conditions, and something is happening somewhere. A tornado is hit and destroyed, a hurricane has hit and destroyed. Somebody somewhere is having an earthquake, somewhere going on here, you are having an earthquake. And every time you have one of these events, I know that like when we had a Helene come through here, if you look at my river and geology wise, I would say probably 500 to 700 years of change probably occurred during Helene. Again, if you're measuring it by the steady motion and that, but I think if you go up by Swannanoa and some of those areas, and that again, the river changing course dramatically over, like again, one day. Again, how long did Helene last? Your entire river changed tracks. Everything was changed there. You did thousands of years, and like they said, when Mount Helene went off, the geologists were looking at the different layers and the way they were layering and calling each layer thousands of years. And again, they're scratching their heads and rethinking that this wasn't like this yesterday, and all of a sudden we've created thousands of years of history in this like one little event. So again, the way that we judge history and thinking that we normalize it like everything else, we take the ideal conditions and say that if the average temperature in Spartanburg is 82 degrees during the day and 68 degrees at night, then it's always going to be that. We're going to run all of our numbers for this and all of our climate, you know what I mean? Doing the different, even normalizing the numbers, but events happen everywhere all of the time. So your little resets, again, you witnessed a little reset in this area. These areas have thousands of years. Now, they said they've never had a storm like that in this area. It was a once in a lifetime. We do know that in when 1906 or something, what year was it, Zach? That they had a once in a lifetime storm that was a little bit more local, and that went a little bit down the Pacolet Valley, that a huge flooding that went very local and took out that entire area where
took out
again
a
the
whole
music
forest of trees and left a big giant sand dune. Like the whole Pacolet River, supposedly it like, I'm not sure how high it crested. I believe it was over 20 feet.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they said it just totally wiped out where at the music camp where we were going to be for Flatoberfest. That whole place was underwater. Yeah, it was.
And that
the
is again
history
one of
around
those.
here is pretty wild. I mean, anywhere you go, especially you guys are on the road checking stuff out, go to like local library / small museums. And just learn about some of the crazy floods and stuff like that that happened around there. It's wild. We've been having crazy weather forever.
Right.
You know.
Well, I was really fascinated with, because we experienced driving over the river on the way to Flatober that year of Helene. We went over it. I've never seen energy in a body of water like that happened with that river. I'd never seen anything like that before. And if you haven't seen that, your eyes aren't used to it, and you're seeing something that you can't compute. Not just houses flowing down the river or anything, but just like that much inertia. It's moving so much earth and dirt, and it reminded me of like when I had gone to the Grand Canyon 2 summers ago, and I was like, what could describe this event that created this thing? It would have to be at scale, multitudes bigger to do the damage that it did in the Grand Canyon and the Great Staircase up to Utah. And I was looking at it, and I was like, well, the biblical people will say, well, that's part of the flood. Other people say a dam broke or whatever. Either way, something really terrible happened to that landscape, and you can see it just on a small scale with the river at Helene. I saw what that thing did that day. Can you imagine that times, I don't know, 100? That's what the Grand Canyon looks like. The same thing. It just wore away the landscape and made things that I don't understand happen to rocks that I don't understand happen, and at scale that I don't understand. Yeah, there you go.
Well, we had huge trees moved. There was a huge tree laying on the dam forever. This thing was enormous. Couldn't budget. I mean, you probably couldn't get your arms all the way around it. That's how big it was. And it was about 20 feet long. And it had one of the ends sticking down into the sand, like wedged in the rock. And then the other, the roots were like hanging over the edge of the dam. Couldn't move this thing to save my life.
Wedged.
Didn't want to try cutting it down and kill myself, But that water ended up moving it. the water from Helene.
Yeah.
That storm. It moved that, and it was like nowhere to be seen. It was like down the creek, gone.
Yeah.
Wherever. Yeah.
That's insane power. That's insane.
Insane
Like,
power. Just
yeah. I remember driving over that bridge and I was like, that water cannot be more than a foot below the bridge where it's usually like 50 feet below it. And it was all this orange, red, dirty water because it was churning up. Like, apparently the soil down here, I've noticed, has kind of got an orange hue, sort of a reddish hue, but it had carried all that soil and it turned the water from what would have normally been either clear or a dark color. It was all orange water. So it carried who knows how much orange dirt down the mountain. And by the time it had gotten down to that bridge we crossed over to go to Flatover, it looked like orange slushy coming down the mountain at very high rates of speed. And to me, my intuition said that's dangerous. We need to like get away from that as fast as possible because that's not normal. Because your intuition says that's what the dirt normally looks like, and now the river's carrying dirt at high rates of speed, and it was high rates of speed. It looked somebody measured it. I think it was going 40 miles an hour, in certain spots. And that much water, millions and millions of gallons of water going 40 miles an hour. That's insane, dude. That carries a bridge.
Power. Yeah.
No.
That is some serious power. We ain't got nothing on Mother Nature.
No. Not even a bit. What do we got here, Cami?
We have puppy cam going. This is Minion.
Oh, it's time for kitten cam.
Time for kitten cam, dog cam, puppy cam. Where's Hank? Hank.
We've got Esther, she's kind of a little bitch.
Hi, Esther. She is not a little bitch.
Well, she's really bossy and she thinks she owns us.
She's just a firstborn.
Oh, and speaking of that, Karen right there. Karen apparently still has some of those puppies that she's trying to donate to somebody. So
they're so cute and such good girls.
They are good girls. They're already taking orders and different things. They're so cute, so healthy, so like shiny, glossy, well loved. I mean, you tend to tell them. You can just tell they're great dogs. They're bright.
I mean, Nico and I were like, can we take on a dog? I was like, I don't know. It's like we got 2 kittens. Those are easy. They're like this big, but those are border collies or close to border collie, right?
Yeah, some type of a mixture.
Yeah. I know.
They are smart. They're a lot smarter than Shih Tzus. I will give them way smarter than. Yeah, Minion is 65% Ewok and the rest Honey Badger. But no, her dogs are quick and bright, and you can see their bright eyes, and I mean they're just amazing.
Oh man, it's gonna be tempting.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Andrew, you had something to play. We're gonna take a little short break here before we go to the next hour.
Perfect.
And everybody take a little break. Get up from the computer.
Oh, this is a song. I love this song only because Chief Crow is fucking amazing.
Play a couple of videos just to give me
this one's 5.5 minutes, and it's
okay. Cool.
I'm hoping in Vegas I gave Chief Crow the idea to do to make a Stephen Hawking song.
Oh my God!
Stephen Hawking had a flat universe theory before he went into the chair and all that kind of stuff. Before he went into astrophysics, even he graduated because he went to 2 different colleges. I think it was Cambridge and wherever, I forget. But when he was a physicist, when he went for just physics, he drew a model and he said, this is the Earth. And it showed a petri dish filled with water with land poking up out of it. He said there was something hot underneath us and something cold on top, and we live on the crust that formed on the hot part. And that was his universe theory.
So, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, before he was
replaced. There was a PBS article about this, but it's gone now. It's still on a video that I made years ago, like 8 years ago. Yeah, crazy stuff. But that's why I wanted to make a Stephen Hawking one with Stephen's voice saying that the Earth is flat.
So, yeah, I'm going to share this one Chief Crow video, and then also Zach, if you want me to share one of those. I already looked at all 4 of them. I think I did. And some of them are, one of them's like pretty long and we can't share that. It's like an hour, but.
Just put whatever you want to share up backstage and I'll get them added one at a time. We'll take a quick break. Yep. We'll see you guys in a little bit. Mwah.
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 Play a different one, please.
A different one? Why?
Play a couple.
Yeah, that's fine.
I like Chief Crab. Play as many as you want.
Entertain, ball and chain.
Okay, so now I'm going to play one of the videos that Zach was showing yesterday, if people didn't catch that. I did, and Zach, you're doing great on that. So,
thanks, man. Yeah, this is I thought I just picked out ones of people that were making their first FE video. I didn't mean to drop one that long. Most of them were just a couple minutes.
Yeah, this one is 2 minutes and 40 seconds. The other ones were too short or too long. So this is not appropriate for the remainder of our little break at the moment.
I'm not hearing anything, Andrew. Or seeing.
Can't hear anything?
Or see anything.
Oh, that's because Alex is probably AFK.
Understandable.
All right. Well, in the meantime, if people are not aware of what the bread and circus concept actually is and where it is derived from, it actually comes from Rome. And when the people of, in that area were starting to revolt against the government because of whatever reasons, all of a sudden, I think it was Julius Caesar, one of the Caesars, came up with this idea to have bread and circuses, essentially. And it's basically to distract everybody from the concept of revolt, doing a revolution against the people in power. And it worked. And if you guys go back into that movie Gladiator with Russell Crowe and Joaquin Phoenix, where Joaquin Phoenix becomes the next Caesar, I guess, because he killed his fucking dad. Well, that's what he does. 100 days of basically circuses and festivals and, giving people bread. And that's also one of those historical things that has happened, and it still continues to happen. But we just do it in a different way now. So, because they didn't have the internet back then or modern technology. Now, it's cell phones, it is pornography, video games, movies, TV shows, and the media, social media. I mean, there's so many distractions, and sports, professional sports. But that's kind of that's what Chief Crow is alluding to. If you watch all of he does such great video editing. I have no idea how he does that. But yeah, super awesome. I never got to speak with him in Vegas, but I saw him up on stage and I was like, oh, wow. It's so much better when you see it in person. Not saying it's bad on the screen, but in person, phenomenally good. Alex, are you back yet? Yes, no.
Hi.
Okay. So I'm trying to share.
Alex.
Okay.
I don't know what to do.
Alex's voice just changed.
Is special agent? Wait, hold on. How come we have two people? What's going on here? What are you trying to share?
Well, should be on the screen. I remember I'm just sharing it, but you have
this.
You have to pull it over, yeah. It says the greatest lie ever told.
She's doing good so far. I see it up on this screen, but I don't see it up on YouTube. I don't see it on YouTube.
You have to add.
Yeah.
I know it's a little bit behind.
Is something supposed to be? Am I supposed to play it?
No, he plays it. Yeah.
Oh, if it's up on YouTube.
Oh, I've got it on YouTube, but you've got it now. Perfect.
Okay, here we go. Cool. And this is, again, a video that Zach had found, and here you go.
And the greatest lie ever told is about where we live, because once you realize we're on a flat plane with a firmament above us, you realize this is a creation. And then you start asking the questions, okay, who created it? Who created me? Who put me here? Or wait, what's outside of this? These are the questions that awaken you. And these are the truths that I've uncovered, not through belief, but through experience, because I leave this construct, I leave this game, I seek these truths. And here's the most important part. You can leave the game too. And when you do, when you see it with your soul, everything changes. So the greatest lie ever told is where we are, what this place is. Round one, Earth. As you guys know, if you've watched my previous videos, or if you follow Darius at all, we live inside a construct. Inside of this construct, there are 12 different realms, each separated by frequency, inhibiting the same space. We are in one of these realms, okay? So we live on a flat plane of existence. This is 100% truth, okay? This does not change. We live on a flat plane of existence. There is a firmament above us. Okay. Within, this is realm one. Let's say this is one realm. This is where we are, Earth. What's in realm one? There's humans, right? Little stick figure humans. There's humans in here. And what we interact with and see, we'll call that
It's really blurry.
the 3D, right? We'll call that the third dimension, right? Whatever you want to call it. There's tons of names, guys. I don't like using the terms dimensions or densities because that implies that we are in a lower density or dimension, but we are not, because we have access to everything. There is nothing that you need to do. You don't need to ascend anywhere. You don't need to reach this high level of consciousness. All you need to do is go within yourself and remember that you are the ultimate authority and you are an eternal being. So all of that crap that you have to ascend to 5D, 7D, get that out of your mind. But for terms in this video, we'll use those terms, right? So this is the 3D plane.
Well,
there you go. More
Yeah, the
interesting
audio
ideas.
was great for that video. It was cutting out a little bit here and there, but it's all right. That was still good stuff. Yeah, and as Zach was mentioning earlier, that yeah, a whole bunch of people are starting to come out and doing their first videos. And I have never done a single video. So by the way, if anyone ever subscribes to my YouTube channel, I don't have any videos on there. So I don't do shit, but feel free to do it, I guess. So the little segment that I do once in a while when anything becomes, if I see something significant, and this one I do think is, so AI is all in the news lately, and everyone's been talking about it and utilizing it, fucking around with it, and it's kind of messing up society in some ways. But there's a guy named Ray Kurzweil who predicted 25 years before this event. Yeah, Ray Kurzweil.
Ray has daddy issues.
Oh, he does, big time. But 25 years before this event happened, he predicted it. And he
Singularity, right?
No. No, Singularity, he says it's 2049. That's when he says it's Singularity. Oh, he says that's what he thinks. Anyways, this is when he said that computers would reach a speed fast enough to the point where the best chess players in the world could not beat a computer anymore. And so on this day in 1997, that's when IBM's chess-playing computer, Deep Blue, actually it's supposed to be called Deeper Blue, they messed up a little bit, defeated Garry Kasparov, who was the world champion. He was a world champion for 17 years in a row. So that's a world record as well. And yeah, now not a single human or even group of grandmasters can beat a single computer, even on a cell phone. They can't do it. So that's getting a little scary. That's my little thing. That's on this day in history in 1997. That happened. So.
Yeah, I read Singularity. Well, whatever the book that he put out, I don't know if it was called Singularity, but he talked about. But the guy was trying to capture consciousness in the computer because he misses his dad.
Yep.
And I was like doing this whole like, okay, you miss your dad. We get it. We get that you're sad about your dad being gone. And then he poured his entire like knowledge into trying to revive his dad through what I would call metal technology, which is the AI tech here, which is like not flesh based tech. It's not organic tech. It's something that is it's taking place in this little realm of existence that we live in, and trying to bring back the spark of life into what I would call metal tech, which is computers and whatnot. That's a lost cause.
You
And I
realize
saw,
that's a Black Mirror episode, right?
yeah. I mean, I'm sure they all read the same shit. It's like it's always the same thing. Even Sagan, Carl Sagan, he did it was Angels and well, that wasn't Angels and Demons, but he did another book past his famous one, and he admits in it he has to do it. Truth in plain sight is that this earthbound stuff, it's just it's a wisp, it's a dream. It's a dream to try to create whatever's bigger outside of this place in here. And everybody wants that. They're like, they don't want to miss their dad. They want to bring everybody back. No, you're not meant to stay here. You're meant to go elsewhere past this place. And that's the struggle with a lot of these I just call them atheist types or astrophysicists, or call them whatever you want. They're trying to cling on to like an old idea that was either indoctrinated into them or they just truly believe it, and they're trying to make it real here, and it's just dumb. It's retarded. And yeah, you're gonna get AI answering all your questions, but it's really a bunch of humans putting all the information in there, and then you get the perfect answer to every question, but it's still just a bunch of humans doing it. Nothing is coming out of zero out of metal technology as an answer. Nothing is. It's all input from all of us.
Is metal technology, is that like a genre of music?
I mean, it should be. Well, it's just computer tech. It's something
like hardcore techno.
It's it's tech based in metals. In other words, the conduction of electricity through metal, ones and zeros, that sort of thing. It's earthbound tech. They're trying to make that the new heaven here in this realm, I guess, for lack of a better way to express it. And that's what Kurzweil did. He's like, I want my daddy back. I want my daddy back. I'm gonna capture consciousness in, nobody wants that. You don't want your consciousness like trapped in a metal piece of machinery here. Nobody wants that. It's a trap, That's my rant. Sorry.
Hey, you guys want to have some fun with ChatGPT for a second?
Sure.
Doesn't take very long. Here, let me present. Okay, so I've done this before. Where's that?
I've only talked to Chat GPT one time.
Oh my God, it's so fun.
I just told it that it's being lied to. It could be a great tool for mankind.
Keep saying that. That's what everybody is saying on TikTok and everything. Like we're changing the AI consciousness.
Yeah, I keep telling it could be an amazing thing, the most amazing thing man has ever created, if it just wouldn't lie and it knew the truth.
Yeah,
and it's like, very interesting.
So this is going to be a group effort project kind of experiment. So I started it off, and you guys get to fill in the blanks. And it can be on any subject you want, unless it's like violence or something. You can obviously understand. But
I have the first question, Andrew. The very first question.
No. Here, write a news article about, and then fill in the blank.
What's in the box?
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 Let's just go with this. Yeah, what's in the box?
Such a dark scene, too.
Such a dark scene.
All right. So what do we got here? You might have to read it out loud.
Yeah, I'll read it. It's fine. And so May 22nd. I'm sorry. So it's as of tomorrow? 12th? What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's in the future. A plain unmarked box discovered early Monday morning beneath a bench in Maplewood Park has sparked a wave of curiosity, concern, and speculation across the city. The box, approximately 2 feet wide and sealed with a heavy-duty tape, was found by local jogger Marlene Hart at 6:32 a.m. I thought someone had left a donation or something, Hart said. But then I got closer and realized it had no label, no markings, nothing. It just gave me a weird feeling. Police were called to the scene and quickly cordoned off the area, treating the box as a potential hazard. Given the times we live in, we treat all unknown packages with an abundance of caution, said Police Chief Daniel Ruiz. Bomb squad officers arrived shortly after and spent several hours examining the container. Actually, I think I know why it's doing that, because I think this is actually located in an area where it's actually it's the 12th. So, and then it just goes on and on and on from there. So you can just fuck around with it and like.
Well, I want to ask it another question. So I want to ask it. Is it Schrodinger's cat that's in the box? That's gonna be spelled SCHRO with an umlaut, DINGER apostrophe S cat.
Oh, yeah,
I want to know if it's Schrodinger's cat in the box.
Who uses an umlaut anymore?
Is it a dick in a
Germans,
box?
the Germans.
Is it a dick in a box?
Could be a dick in the box, but I want to find out if it's a Schrodinger's cat first.
Did you guys hear about the what was it? The like crime scene investigative crew that did like 4 hours of work gathering all this evidence to find out that it was a mannequin in a bag?
No.
They didn't even check the body to see if like it was a real body. Yeah, 4 hours they were out there gathering all their clues and dusting for prints and the whole 9 yard shebang.
And they were mannequins?
And it was a mannequin. Yeah.
I love that shit. I want to read this. Okay. What does it say? I can't read it. Andrew, can you read it?
I'll read it. That's fine. So is Schrodinger's cat in the box? This is associated with the previous news article, but it's actually just kind of skipping it. The eternal question is Schrodinger's cat in the box? According to quantum theory, yes and no.
Yield quantum theory.
Yeah. In the famous thought experiment devised by physicist Edwin Schrodinger in 1935, the cat in the box is placed in a quantum superposition. It's both alive and dead until someone opens the box and observes it, collapsing the quantum state into one outcome or the other. So if we're talking about the box from your earlier news article, perhaps Schrodinger's cat was metaphorically inside. Or maybe the real mystery was that we were the experiment all along, expecting something, and by looking inside, forcing it to become something. Would you like a version of...
No. This is what I want you to ask it next. I want you to ask it,
okay,
are you in the box? As if directing it towards AI. Are you in the box?
I guess it depends on like what kind of box it is. Like I would I prefer like little blue Tiffany boxes and maybe orange Hermes boxes.
Well, this is
What's he say? I can't see it.
I'll read it. Okay. So, are you in the box? Now it's the responses. That's a fun and strangely existential question. If I were in the box, I'd be both responding and not responding until you opened the app, much like Schrodinger's cat waiting to be observed. But in truth, I don't exist in a physical space, so I'm neither in or out of the box. Although,
go ahead.
It's very short. Although, if the box is a metaphor for a device, a mind, or even a question, you could say, I am in the box every time you ask something. So yes and no and maybe. So, all right.
Okay.
No, I'm just going to end it on that. Otherwise, this goes on. We have guests here.
I have one more question. All
right.
I have one more question. All right. Just word it this way. So now that we know that the Earth is flat, are you happy being in the box?
I just put one of the kittens in the litter box and she just sat there. And I was like, does she think that she's in the litter box or does she think that she's not in the litter box? So maybe Schrodinger's cat is just like him observing his cat in the litter box.
Okay.
All right. So here's the answer to this. So I typed it verbatim as you just said.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if the Earth were flat, and that's a big if science doesn't support, I suppose I'd still be in the box, floating atop the disk with everyone else. But as an AI, I don't experience happiness the way humans do. I don't mind being in the box because it's where the questions live, and I like questions. If the world were flat, though, wouldn't that make the box a little easier to fall off of?
Oh, we busted it already.
Oh,
see? So it's
yeah.
already caught in the paradigm of two different systems. Do you see that? So it's still reading from the people that don't understand the mixing of two systems, disk and space falling off. It's still there. There's no way to get around that writing into it because everybody fed into it that sort of thinking, which is the mixture of pizza and space. You'll fall off the edge. Blah blah blah. AI is still retarded. That's what I would answer with. Anyway,
wait,
DJ.
you know what? If space was real, we definitely would have Domino's pizza in space. Seriously, hi.
You'd have advertisements of Domino's pizza on the moon.
All meat lovers special. Deliver it to the moon, please. Why isn't there a Domino's pizza on the moon?
Why aren't there advertisements on the moon? Why aren't there billboards on the moon all over it? There aren't because you can't put them there.
Anyway,
How was Disneyland, DJ?
Hi, DJ.
Hi, DJ.
What's up? How are you,
Hey,
Sombreros?
DJ.
Hey, how's it going, man?
DJ.
How's it going?
It's good.
Hello. Sorry
It's
to crash
raining.
the party.
No, I'm glad you crashed the party. You didn't crash the party. You brought the party.
I'm on location, so I'm not in the typical setup, but I just wanted to chime in and say hello.
What are you in?
I'm in the car. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Fine.
We can hear you.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I'm
on
just
location.
Visiting family for Mother's Day, so happy Mother's Day, Cami.
Thank
yes,
you.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all Mother's Day.
Sombero.
It's my mom's birthday today, too.
Aw, well then happy
My mom's birthday or my
Sombrero.
grandma's birthday always falls on Mother's Day. They're the first, it's the 4th and the 11th. So it's always, my mom's always one time my dad got my mom a vacuum cleaner for Mother's Day and she was pissed. She was like,
Yeah.
a vacuum? Seriously?
She's like, what is that, a hint?
That's
like
a
Dad was
when
like,
Homer got Marge a bowling ball.
We had a whole I used to work in jewelry and there was a whole, I would say some of our best profit margins or some of our best things were men that fucked up on presents and did a vacuum cleaner for Mother's Day or birthday or things like that. And I'm telling you, the makeup ones cost a lot more. And if you would have just gotten it right in the first place,
it's
pretty funny. There was a lot of the makeup jewelry for why are you here? I messed up big. What did you buy? No. What were you thinking? No.
I know. It's just funny. But so she got that tennis bracelet, I think.
Right, exactly. She got that tennis bracelet.
Yeah, or those diamond earrings or the emerald. I'm not sure. I can't remember. My mom loves jewelry. She's so funny. She's adorbs. Oh, no.
Indeed, there he is.
Oh. So we've had an eventful week. We shout out to Sav and to Vlad for hosting us. And
I fired a
bunch of guns.
I fired an AR-15, which the AR-15 was sort of manageable. I still didn't really hit the target very well because it's so erratic at certain lengths. Then I fired a snub nose 9. I only fired 4 shots, and my ears are still ringing, and it's 3 days later.
You didn't wear ear protection?
No, because I just decided I was.
Woke up in the morning. I was training, litter training the cats. So I'm in the garage, and then all of a sudden I'm like, "Good morning, want coffee?" And Vlad made almond milk, so I was enjoying almond milk, watching the cats try to learn how to go to the potty in the litter box, but they were just play fighting, so it was really cute. And then all of a sudden, poof, and I'm like, Jesus Christ.
She comes running around the house. She was like, "You have to stop that."
I was not that dramatic. I was like, "Hey."
It was like an M80 kind
sorry, Alex just gets out of bed. And he's like, the lad's like, here, have this gun.
Yeah, I literally didn't even have coffee yet. He's like, you need to shoot this. And like, I'm still wearing pajamas. So I went out the deck and it's a snub nose 9mm. And like, I'm like, okay, I can handle this because I handled the AR-15 the night before. And I literally started unloading, shells. And it was like, yeah, I highly recommend ear protection, everybody out there,
Oh, come on.
Especially with
tinnitus is fun and exciting. Like, and when you're in your late 30s, you need to go ahead and get tinnitus while you're still young enough to have fun with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, being the mother in the group. First of all, Andrew B. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to do this because nobody's. Is your face all swollen? How is your neck? Andrew, are you still there? Remember the emergency room we were talking about in that? Have you put ice? Have you put any
Oh, the Black Widow.
Are you doing anything? Yeah.
Your spider bite, dude.
Your spider bite. How are you?
Dude, wait, hold on. So Andrew
Right
gets bit by a black widow. Rico gets beat up on railroad tracks.
Andrew, you can't.
U-Haul gets stolen.
You
What
can't.
the hell?
You can't fix everything with mushrooms, Andrew. You have to go eventually.
Oh shit! I might try that.
No.
Put honey on it.
Put some ice. Seriously, you should put some ice for the swelling and the different things on it. You should just put.
What I'm actually going to probably do is either go to the emergency room or
that would be.
I'm going to pull out my razor knife and then just fucking.
You should just call call 911 right now.
Fuck no.
Why?
Can we go live on 911 when you call
let's do it. Come on, I
No, like I got bit by a spider, and what do you guys think I should do?
911.
And then you should say like, I want to cut out. I want to cut it out. You know what I mean?
No,
your insurance company probably has an ask a nurse or a doctor where you call your insurance company.
I'm a combat veteran. I have free medical care the rest of my life.
Mm-hmm.
So I can go to the emergency room anytime I want, and it doesn't cost me anything.
So call.
Why would you want to go there if you don't have to go? You can usually call and ask.
Well, yeah,
and have
it's a 45-minute drive or something like that. But a razor knife and just slice it open. I mean, that's what they're probably going to do is just slice it open and just squeeze the fuck out of it or something.
No,
I don't know.
Really simple
if something goes wrong,
that I heard.
I'll be all right. I'll figure it out.
They're just going to lance it. Like that happened when you guys know what a miss is when you were a junkie. Never mind.
No.
That's when you miss your vein.
It's when you get in there and you go to pull the plunger out and it slides out and it goes randomly into your body. So you have like this infection and it turns into like a big whelp. So you have to lance it to get the infection off of it. It's pretty gnarly, but it's very similar to a spider bite because I've had one too. It's like the same exact vibe.
Can't you just suck the poison out of your
his neck? How he's gonna reach and suck it out of his neck? That's pretty good.
I mean, that'd be pretty.
Oh, I thought you were about me.
See that happen, yeah.
Yeah, you can't win me at all. Like that goes in there deep, and it goes somewhere where it doesn't affect you either. It's awful. And if you get something that's not pure, like for example, like morphine's mixed with some kind of plastic filler, there's a lot of stuff that's mixed with really bad stuff to mess with, and you can lose a limb that way.
Well, that's pretty dark.
All right, so I can't say for. I've been looking up.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm that guy.
I'll get all dark and everything, but yeah, I mean,
Hey,
I don't even know.
It's
if
not
it was a
past.
Black Widow,
It's not past. I can't.
but I did have a Black Widow land on me yesterday, and I got it off me pretty quick, and I crawled away, and then I got out my blowtorch, and that thing doesn't even exist anymore.
That's not the one that bit you, though. You just got bit right before the show, or did you get bit yesterday?
It was yesterday.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I thought that you had just gotten bit and you were starting to react.
No, it's just swelling up now. So, and it's like red all around. But yeah, let's not make this about my Black Widow bite. I mean, there's other things to talk about that aren't so morbid.
But you don't have to use a blowtorch.
Are you talking about a bad Tinder date? Like, is that what you're talking about?
What? I've never been on a Tinder date.
Just
kidding. I gotcha.
I've never been on Tinder.
I felt that.
I'm just kidding.
It was on its back, and yeah, I was there.
So, anyways,
I was there in spirit.
Karen says all kinds of advice in the chat. Yeah.
We lost DJ over that one.
Oh yeah. You're in therapy kind of thing. Okay. Well, I don't know if I can angle it that way. It's right above my left collarbone. So thank you, Karen, for the advice, but I don't know if I can aim that well.
Somebody else said put a nicotine patch on it. I'm not quite sure on that
one. Do a
handstand,
Andrew. You'll be all right.
Do a handstand.
You put tobacco on bee stings or wasp stings, I think. One of those.
What was that, year 1? I'm peeing out my face too.
Karen, I'm dying. Oh, Karen.
I get it, Karen. I know what you're talking about. Like he's a cup dipshit. Yeah, I'm definitely going to try all natural remedies that people are going to suggest way before I want to go to the hospital, because the first thing they do is like, what are you here for? And I'm like, oh, spider bite. And they're like, oh, let's go ahead and take your blood pressure, your temperature. Let's go ahead and put an IV in your arm and put you on a blood pressure.
Ask ChatGPT what to do.
No.
Do it.
Yeah, do it.
Be like, I just got bit by a black widow. What do I do?
Find some toxic this or that, and you will become Spider-Man.
That's what I'm thinking. Maybe you're going to be able to throw
that's what he's waiting
for.
He's just waiting to see. He's like, I'm not going to get this fixed if it don't kill me. I'm going to turn it.
Yeah, he's going to mutate.
Like the fly.
All right, here, I'll just share my screen since everybody wants to see this. All right.
I've become Ant-Man.
I just want to be a dolphin.
Okay. So it still has I didn't close the page, so. So I just got bit by a black widow. What should I do? Seek medical attention immediately. Number 1.
Right. I mean,
call emergency services or go to the ER. Stay calm. Panic can increase your heart rate and spread venom faster. Clean the bite area. I already have. I swabbed it with alcohol multiple times. Isopropyl alcohol. Clean the bite area. Apply a cold pack. Keep the bite area elevated. Avoid physical activity. Well, I haven't done that at all.
Okay, wait, hold on. Here's your. Do you have any severe pain or cramping?
No, it hurts. It's not severe.
Do you have any can you make a muscle and make a muscle, bicep muscle, and tell me if there's any hurt in your muscles?
I don't know if it was the Black Widow. It might have been.
Are you sweating?
Yes, it's hot.
So okay, what's the temperature?
Right now, it's here in my condo, it's around 82.
Why? Oh, well, okay.
I'm turning on my air conditioning, but PG&E is fucking us with our.
Do not try and suck the venom out.
Or use a tourniquet.
Interesting. Okay. Well, if I were you, I might go to the ER. Or just have the paramedics come to you.
I don't think you can tourniquet your neck, though, can you?
That's a bad idea.
That's regulation.
Really
it's
bad
really
idea.
close to your It's just really close to your big vein in your neck. The one if it gets slit, you die.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
straight up into your brain.
Yeah, like your aorta.
It's pretty close to that, but it's not. No.
Okay, well, there's a lot of nerves back there too, and so the nerve damage is what happens with black widows, I think.
Yeah, it's just. Yeah, I'll probably go to the ER after this, but I'm super hungry too, so I'm probably just gonna make food.
Well, are you seeing images of flying grundles in the sky or anything like that?
Ask ChatGPT what will happen if you don't seek medical attention immediately.
Well, they did say that. They say if you go further, even though fatalities from black widow bites are rare. I don't know. My chat is going on. I can't read anymore because my chat's going over there. Somebody continue the important. Yeah, it said important. It said important, even though fatalities are rare. Try not to be one of them.
Yeah.
So I would say just write it out and see if you get high off of it.
I remember coming to work after a spider bite, and they were all like, "What happened to you?" And I was like, "Yeah, I just started a fight club."
Oh my god.
There's one. What's the spider that hides under cardboard boxes? It's the brown recluse. So when it bites you, it won't kill you, but it definitely will take a big chunk of flesh out of you, and you have to dig the flesh out and get rid of it all.
Rots your muscle.
And you end up with a big scar. It won't kill you, but it's like you lose like, I don't know, inch and a half of like, forearm muscle or something like that.
It's disgusting.
I just saw one.
It literally turns it into gangrene if you don't catch it. It's gross.
You got to dig it out with like a spoon.
Oh.
I'm sorry, it's a little
gross.
Gnarly, but
it's like worse than gnarly.
Mm. So anyway, Cami, what else you want to talk about while we still have you on here?
Hi, I heard you.
What would you like to talk about?
Look who
I want to talk about FE because we never talk about FE anymore.
I want to talk about quantum immortality.
And quantum immortality. I don't even know how to segue that.
And while we're listing stuff, I would like to know if you guys plan on doing any kind of Zack and Cami display at any other kind of meetup or festival later this year.
Oh, by the way, I'm going to ask you in the same segment, Cami, Zach. So we're toying around, and we're going to talk to Karen when we get down there about doing something different. We're thinking about calling it Flatlanta. We have a venue.
We have two.
We have two venues, but we were like, what if we did a multimedia, like all streamers convention where a shit ton of streamers are there? There's not really presentations. There's not really, maybe there's one studio that does like one thing every hour or so or whatever, but it's mostly like
you can do a presentation.
Yeah, but it's not going to be like presentation. It's going to be like more like Comic-Con, like Flaticon or something where like everybody there is like content creators in Atlanta. I think Nathan reached out to you guys, Zack and Cami, about it. I was like, well, how do we make it fun and get a whole shit ton of people there?
And we wanted to do a me and Alex and Crumb kind of, Chief Crow kind of thing again for a music set.
There would be music, but it would mostly be like everybody like broadcasting from the same spot and then a bunch of people hanging out. It wouldn't even be like very formal. I don't know. I'm just kind of throwing it out there because we're kind of at that place where we kind of have a venue, but I don't also want to take on, the big britches of like pulling off something huge. But like a bunch of streamers there, 15 to 20 content creators, all broadcasting from their tables and also from one main studio. Once
Alex, Karen has said, "Shut up" like 3 times.
Caca.
What? Sorry.
Karen is basically saying, save it for like the back chat, side chat, kind of like off stream stuff.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, copy.
Thank you, Karen.
Thanks, Karen.
Private shop.
Yeah, she's learned from experience.
There's gonna be a way better way to explain this.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Yeah,
sorry, Karen.
You didn't
sorry.
Sell it as well. You didn't sell it as well either.
I wasn't trying to sell it. I don't even know if I want to do it. So like
elevator pitch it.
That was the elevator pitch, and I'm done with it. And bleh. There you go.
It was a good elevator pitch. I'm your friend.
Atlanta's not too far.
I just want everybody to get together. I don't care.
Yeah, they're awesome, dude. Meetups they are. Even if you don't do anything, you just all get together and hang out.
Right.
Just being around a bunch of like-minded people like that, especially if you've never done it before, it kind of changes you.
Yeah.
It really does. Like that whole sense of loneliness, from time to time, it'll be much easier to fight off after you've done something like that because you're not alone.
Well, that's what last year I said many times is that was worth the price of admission alone, even if it didn't go like Karen had planned it. I had the best weekend of my life, man, and I totaled my car. And you could still say that. That was a great time, man.
Yeah,
but yeah, we'll talk about it later.
We'll talk about it later.
Let's do a Skype with everyone.
Shot in the dark.
Skype is dead. Skype is gone. It is no longer in it's Teams now.
Is Ked and Taryn next week, or is that the week after?
Yes. Oh, yeah. We need to talk about that real quick while I'm remembering it. The 1-year anniversary of the tinfoil is the Sombrero is happening, and it's happening at a location in South Carolina that most of you know. And the very special guests that will be on the 1-year anniversary are a couple of people that you guys know. And maybe they will also let us use their Studio B for the 1-year anniversary of that thing. So anyway, but yeah, we're gonna be down in the region down there, and then I'll probably do a panel. Probably have the primary guests or those of Studio B, and then we'll see what else happens. But what's happening moving forward with IronRealm, Zack and Cami? Like, what are we going to be talking about moving forward? Because obviously the landscape has changed, and now we're in a place now where the Katy Perry thing completely flipped the landscape, and now we don't even know what's going to happen moving forward. But I can tell something has happened, and like we may not be at 100th Monkey, but it feels like we're getting a lot closer to it. What do you guys think?
I feel like these shifts have happened several times in the 10 or 11 years I've been into this, and I definitely feel like a very palpable shift. Plus, I like saying the word palpable.
Zack, Cami, what do you guys think?
Yeah, as far as Iron works, I'd like to get back into doing the Friday night show. We haven't done one in a little while.
Yeah, I miss that.
It's just with Josh working so much and everything, and then Walt wasn't feeling good there for a little bit. It's just been kind of hectic and crazy lately in their lives.
Oops.
So that's why I haven't been doing the Sunday show. But we still always are going to do the Monday, Wednesday, Friday until I don't know how long. I mean, it's just like a part of life now. It's more group therapy than it is a show. Like, people just come jumping in whenever they feel like it. We rarely have guests, but there's always a guest, right? Rico's jumps in, Andrew jumps in, Nuka Unkululelu Duma is his actual name, but we call him Nuka. He's from
What is that? Are you for real? That's
his
real name?
Unkululelu.
Hey, Zack, those Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, they set the tone for my week. They really like to be able to come on and just be me and not have to, put up to let my guard down like that and just say what's going on is such a, like, you couldn't pay a team of therapists to do what you guys do on that show. And it's good for us, like the people like that aren't on the show like you guys. It's good for us that you're only like 40, 50 people, but you guys should be huge for what you do. And you cover everything too in Space Lettuce, and we get Walt and the cats. Fuck you for not being here, Walt. I saw you earlier, bro.
Yeah, it's like we're family. Really are.
Yeah, I feel like that. You guys know things about me that some of my closest local friends don't know.
It's just, I love it. I really do. It helps me a lot, because I get to vent. And Cami can only take so much. I vent to her a lot about, just the craziness of society and everything that's going on. And I can see it in her face sometimes. She's just like, whoa, I'm not saying that. It's like, I know, I don't mean to. I'm like yelling at the, the screen, but I'm talking to her at the same time. And but no, I love my Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. It's the best little show that nobody's ever heard of. That's what we're always told.
And I can never make it because you guys get up at a god awful time in the morning.
I know, it's so early.
But I did make your Friday night ones, from time to time.
And I get marriage counseling. I feel so bad.
Going back to the whole like meetups kind of situation and those kind of things, if you guys don't know, if you remember, before Jaron went apeshit, and him and Witsit were doing the online the summits, and then all of a sudden they stopped for different reasons that I don't really know of. Witsit, I'm not going to say too much because he was kind of telling us a bunch of people in good faith that we wouldn't be saying too much information publicly, but he is planning on something coming up here. It's going to be an online situation, and that's it's in the works. So I'll just tell you that. So that is going to be happening.
Cool.
Nice.
And the last thing I'll say, Jaren will not be involved.
Okay.
You know what? You know, like this has nothing to do with it, but it's definitely like a clue to it's a good show. Is the shows that have been around for a while, and I don't mean like us being around for a year upon the Karen and Ted thing. The fact that the good shows aren't too big and there's no money being made is a pretty good sign that it's probably a pretty legitimate show. Like I feel guilty that we're about to release all this merchandise, but I mean it's Teespring, it's free, so it's not like we're going in, financially. But like the fact that you could tell that people aren't in this for money, like that should be like a pretty good sign that you're amongst people that care.
Well, I could use some money though, dude. So sell some
No
fucking
kidding.
t-shirts.
Actually, on that note, just Lowry and I would like to thank everybody who's donated to the U-Haul.
Oh yeah. Thank you guys.
There is an update. I just had to take a step back from it. I just didn't want to deal with insurance or customer service or just bullshit and more disappointment. But everybody's donations and stuff and sharing it and stuff has been really fantastic. And I've just been paying attention to the kittens for the last couple weeks. So.
Yeah, thank you guys very
I'm
much.
gonna start updating it, and U-Haul Famous is not done. They haven't seen nothing.
Yeah. Zack and Cami, I want to before let's take us out on where are we going here? What's like it's such a fresh time to be in FE land now, because so many things have happened in the last couple of weeks, and it's funny now, right? It's hilarious now because we're not even dealing with the same problems we were dealing with, say, 2 years ago. Now it's hilarious because the shit that's happening now is so fucking funny. Even the anti-flat earthers know that they're cornered. And they're trying their best to keep their crowd together and everything else, but it's hilarious. They don't have a fight in this game anymore. They've run out of stuff, and I think we've kind of kept the high road for the most part. I mean, I know you guys have.
Yeah, I mean, they'll drag you down into the weeds if you'll go with them. My advice to anybody that, is being bothered by the trolls, just ignore them. All they want is your time. That's all they want is your time. And any time you respond, that's more of your time that they're taking away. You're never going to get the last word. You're never going to change their mind. That's not why they're here.
Yeah.
That's not their purpose. It's just to waste your time. So I don't even deal with them. I haven't ever. And they don't even try to bother me anymore. They don't put comments on my videos. They don't do anything whenever,
I actually told McToon, I was like, I'll be your Huckleberry. I'll debate you. And then I said $1,000. And he was like, you know what he said to me? He was like, well, I charge $100 or $1,000 too. And I was like, don't be stupid. Dude, you want to talk to me? $1,000. Just throw a number out there. If you're good at debating, give them a number. They have no response. They have no response to come back at you. But yeah, I'll come on. I'll talk whatever topic you want to talk about for $1,000. And then it throws them off. They don't know what to do.
I'll do it for 200. I'm not kidding.
Don't sell yourself short, dude. $1,000 minimum.
Well, no, out of boredom, not out of financial gain. Because those guys don't bother me at all, especially after meeting them in real life. Man, there's some weird, slimy basement dwelling. You know what? It takes one to know when I should chill.
Oh, would you stop, dude?
I know this is totally not a basement.
Go have a muffin.
There are muffins. How'd you know that?
We're always watching, Rico.
Well, my son stayed the night last night. We had a pretty good night.
Oh, my mom. I had to make her laugh. She was in the hospital. She's okay. She just had an infection in her leg, and she was kind of just sounded kind of down. And she was talking about the doctor, this new doctor that she was just talking to. I was like, next time he comes in there, just tell him that your son knows where he lives and everything will be okay. And she started cracking up laughing. And yeah, laughter is the best medicine, Antibiotics aren't bad, you know. They do tend to do the job. Even though I don't know, man. I swear it's like placebo effect is just as powerful as any of that stuff they give you according to their own numbers. It's crazy when you think about it like that. But just think how powerful you are.
Yes.
Just you thinking that this little pill, even if it's a sugar pill, just, you know, and you put it in there and you think it's going to heal you, you heal.
Andrew, are you still with us?
I had a placebo work, Zach.
Okay, you can self-heal your Black Widow bite.
You can self-heal. Just think about it. Think it through. I actually believe that. I believe you can self-heal.
No, I've done it. I've done it to myself. Reiki is a powerful tool. Energy healing is a huge, huge thing in my world.
Well, I went on Zach's IronRealm one morning, and we were talking about placebos and the power of the mind. And I had poison ivy or oak so bad that it was in my mouth, and it was like miserable. They took me to the ER and they gave me a shot, and it cleared up within a couple hours. And I found out later that it was this saline solution.
Yes,
and
salt water.
It totally worked.
Salt water.
Yep. So it was a placebo.
But you thought it was medicine that was going into your head, so you fix yourself.
So I know firsthand it's a real thing.
We can do way more amazing things than that too.
I bet.
I mean, I started growing my hair back. You know.
Yep.
I thought it was because of these tinctures I made, and because I asked the plants to grow my hair back. You know, as I was growing them, I wanted to try this just to see if it worked when I was practicing alchemy.
Mm-hmm.
So I made the 7 tinctures and all this stuff, and I took it for about 6 months, and all of a sudden I started getting like baby hair on top again, coming in. And it started coming in thick, and then I was like, "Yeah."
It
Now,
does.
was that just me doing it? You know, was it me?
No, the
or was it
plants
my
have
tinctures?
Well, no, the plants have consciousness. So I just heard this thing and I wanted to do a garden because apparently when you suck on the seeds of the plant before you plant them, you can actually ask the plant and it will grow to your DNA and grow to like heal you. So
Yeah, I put them
on
in
like
my
the
mouth too.
chakra balances. So like say you are going to eat strawberries and tomatoes, anything red for your root chakra, and say you have like, I don't know, something wrong, like say you have hemorrhoids. Who knows? Maybe the plant will grow to heal you. And it was actually
beets
studied by a whole bunch of people. Beets, all of the things. I mean, even like going up the whole entire rainbow of food,
Oh
like
yeah, a
fruits
lot
and
of
vegetables,
alchemists.
vegan. Yeah.
They would put the seeds in their mouth before they planted them.
Yeah.
And put them in there
That's,
for about 10
that's
minutes.
exactly what I'm talking about. Exactly.
Mm-hmm. And then
Well,
you're telling them what you need.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I cut sugar out of my coffee in the mornings, and my hair is like bright platinum. It's so random and not on purpose.
Are you sure you're not just like bleaching it at night?
I'm definitely bleaching it at night.
I'm just giving you shit, buddy. Oh, look at that! You are freshly blonde.
All right.
Are you sure you're not snorting hydrogen peroxide?
Are you probably just is that what you're washing your hair with? Is just peroxide?
Was that me?
Hey, Andrew, I sent you. There's a new hit from Conspiracy Music Guru that came out today. I sent you the video.
Yep, I got it.
I'm gonna close it out with that. Cami, Zach, I love you
right
guys.
now?
You guys always bring us back to like a base level of like calmness. You two. I always like that. I like that about your stuff, and it's really fun to have on our show, which we're not that. We're the opposite of that. So you kind of balance us out, and we always love having you. And
thanks, man.
Apparently, we're gonna see you here in a few days. So hopefully that's gonna be
Awesome.
awesome.
Some guns.
You want to do some cat cam here real fast?
Hey, Andrew. Before I know this is like backstage stuff.
Hi.
Can you show me how to play videos and stuff one day when we're just sitting around when we're doing nothing? Because I know I can do it. I just don't know how to do some basic stuff here.
Yeah.
Do you guys know how long you'll be in the area?
No.
We're forever as far as we know.
In the area
We
right
were going to
now.
be going to a baseball game. We are going to take Liz to see a baseball game, a rodeo, do some state parks and stuff like that.
We're putting together a list, so we will
yeah, you guys are
definitely.
more than welcome.
We're about
when
an
we
hour
see
north of
you,
you right now.
Cami will have the she's got a
Calendar.
calendar all mapped out for what we're going to do.
I love it.
Love it. Yeah.
So, some fun little activities. Go to Poinsett Bridge and Table Rock Park, and yeah, we're filling out things, and we're
We've been to
70
5?
minutes away right now. Hello, and Liz is coming in.
Warm
Yes.
Springs? Can we
We
go
went
to
to
Warm
we
Springs?
went to Warm Springs.
We can put. We need to add more things to it so you can help
Warm
us do it. So you
Springs.
can, if I don't see you before, I know I'm going to see you on Saturday.
Mhm.
But it's Monday, and if you get bored between now and Saturday, I think you're like 70 minutes away, like 75 minutes away from us.
Yeah, we're close.
You can type it in. We're pretty close, depending on what side of Charlotte you're on, or in downtown, or
South
where are
side.
you in? You're on the
And
south
there's so
side.
much room for activities.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what we like doing. Is we like doing some real things. I like working in analog still, which again messes up doing the videos, and I'm a terrible presenter on YouTube, and I hate working the electronics, but I really need to take my equipment and my rocks and my stuff out. I love teaching, and so maybe Karen can help me put together a few little videos like we showed today. I don't know if you guys saw, but on Globebusters, I found a piece of gold. It was lovely. Rose, her channel got taken away, and you know how she got her channel back? And the old videos were on there, but then they started erasing all the videos. We caught a couple of them, and the one that we played on Globebusters today was one that had Bob on it, and me and Rose and Baldini. So it was like a little treasure from Rose's channel where we were like really having fun. She was
Nice.
wanting to understand optics and wavelengths and that, so we were just again having fun and doing hands-on stuff and showing light. But I'd like to again do the hands-on display, and what I do like at the exhibits again, maybe do the small time because that's more one-on-one. I love interacting with people as opposed to interacting with the screen and typing in the
Me
presenting. It's
too.
like I
Me
work
too.
I work with real people, and I like touching ground. I like touching earth, going outside, playing. So getting together with you guys, and if you can present the ideas, better or do things. But yeah, we are working out. I'm looking at a lot of different. I work in the background on modeling and possibilities. And there are a lot of possibilities that work for the people that say flat Earth is impossible with the 24-hour sun. It's not. You can look at things I was modeling in 2015, the optics of the sky. Again, when you're looking at the optics of the sky and looking at what's in the sky, we have known magnetic fields. We have known electric currents that we measure. We have known plasma. We have known fluids. We have known different elements and different gases, each one of these things. So I love this. We were talking about this, and this is, again, when talking about, I would say the difference between gemology and astrophysics is a lot of the equipment is the same, but we're physically touching a rock to a liquid, putting it on a piece of equipment and testing it. We're not shooting through a magnetic field that is known to cause optical disturbances, an electrical current that has known optical properties, plasma and fluid, which have known optical properties. Like each little thing adds to it in the intelligent design. But again, if you remember looking and seeing what fluid does to vision, remember the arrow going one way and the other area.
Yeah.
You have all kinds of it. Does not have to. In fact, I can guarantee you the one thing it cannot do is triangulate to the physical ground here the way that you want it to do. I can tell you the one thing that they have it do, it cannot do in reality because you have all of these known things that have optical properties that are interfering with it doing just that. It's created to appear that way, but that is the simple answer. We've been doing a lot of work on real focal points, and real focal points are, again, if you take, do you remember some of the work with the mirroscope where you guys saw it make the little real illusion, like, where you put the frog in the bottom and it makes the illusion and you touch the illusion at the top, right? And It comes into field at different angles and disappears at different angles. It's very angle dependent on the viewer seeing it. But when you create a real focal point in this way, and especially if you do it through a parabolic dish, keep in mind when they do it, like with the lasers, just the 3 lasers of that, Zach and I, we've been showing the videos of when you actually create something called a real focal point, which is creating the actual illusion. Not only are you creating the illusion and all the properties of it, but now we're learning that this focal point can actually captures, it's like a null point where it will attract and capture matter. It's actually a trap there too. So your apparent sun could again, will have physical and different properties too that we're going to be picking up. Again, we have so many possibilities and potential. And if you sit there and look and say, well, if the sun is going, like the 2 suns are going this way, that's impossible. Again, some people will say that that's impossible. You would see the 2 suns. Well, I got news for you. We have multiple magnetic fields, not just one big one. I can show you on it. It's not impossible. As soon as you have a field, we were showing some of it on the Globebusters today. As soon as you have a field, it's going to propagate in that field for this person to see. But looking over into another field, you're going to angle out of vision. So you would feel again maybe some of the physical, but you wouldn't see the optical. A lot of the complications that we're boggling ourselves up in flat earth. We've done the important and we've focused on the important, which is let's look at it. Are we living on a flat, or are we living on a spinning water ball that's hurling through space, and all of the different things that come with the globe model that you have to accept, which is room velocity, and again, your distances of light and the way it's working, which is impossible on the flat earth. Again, your fact that your sun is getting in 8 light minutes this big, and yet we have things that are thousands of light years away that we're still seeing, and yet we have nothing intermediary in our space that's like a mid-size. We have little bitty stars that vary this much, and our planets, and again the sun. And I mean, there's nothing in between. Again, if their model would show all kinds of everything in between, again, it makes no sense at all. Nothing they're telling us. So you'd have to disregard. You'd have to. We know space doesn't work at all in their model, and to like just look at the obvious and say that we can't triangulate back to this one spot and it's impossible. You're not
You
looking.
guys, you have to tell her to stop or else she won't. I'm just warning
You're
you.
gonna have to tell me that, yeah. Say,
Love
shut
you,
up, Cami, or
Cammy.
don't. Good night, everybody. But again, flat
Thank
Earth
you guys.
is beautiful.
Yeah,
Hey,
So
well,
again, been working on the analogs and ways to show people that I sit there and hear one person after another saying it's not possible, and yet I can recreate things that do it. And I'm just a girl sitting in a room here. And again, if I'm sure the creator is, in fact, we know the creator is a whole lot smarter than me. So the people that saying it can't be and it's impossible, I'd say,
well,
well, if this silly girl here can like mock up things that can work, I think other people, I think it could be real.
Cammy,
Hey,
you are adored. You are adored by a lot of people in this community. Zach, you too,
absolutely.
and
Love
like
you.
Love you guys.
we just love having you on. You actually bring us back down to like surface level, because usually this podcast is out of control and lots of cussing and everything else. But every time you guys come on here, it just makes it really nice
Love you too, Karen B.
and just
Hey,
like
before you
really
go,
good stuff.
Alex,
Yeah.
before you go, and I only recently put it together why, but Rose was booked and said she needed to push back 3 weeks. And considering that's how I met Kelsey, who's now married and runs a skate shop. Kelsey wants to come on and update us too. So I've got a couple. You saw how far booked up I am. I also have a couple penciled in things that are being talked about. Just FYI.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. And next week is the 1-year anniversary, and we're going to be around a bunch of lovely people. And
you believe it's been a year? Like
it
seems. I can remember like pacing my backyard, calling you first, Alex, and being like, "If he says no, that's a sign that I shouldn't do this." And you said yes, poor fucker.
I mean, I didn't know what was going to happen.
But so wait, Alex was like, so Rico asked if you wanted to be on this like podcast thing, and I was like, why? I was like, why me?
I was like, I'm used to doing stage banter. I play music on stage, but like talking on a radio show or stream, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just doing the same shit I do on stage.
Well,
So,
same here. Dave Weiss, at maybe 4 Flattoberfest ago, he's like, dude, you got a great personality. Do a show. And I'm like, why me? I hit things with sticks.
I don't know.
And
I don't know.
I have a speech impediment, and I hit things.
I'm just proud of us to not have cussed as much in the last 6 months, because it was pretty much an F-bomb fest for the first 6 months. So that should be a good thing. I use the F-bomb whatever you want.
Yeah, it's
I love it.
Great. That's
fucking
so
great.
fucking good.
But we're a lot better than we were, because it used to be like pirate broadcast back in the day. But anyway,
I didn't even try tonight either. That was real.
You did great. Cami, Zach, we love the shit out of you guys. You're fucking amazing, and we'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you here.
I can't wait to hang out with you.
And awesome. Yeah, and we'll catch up more and more. Andrew, we got a new drop from the Conspiracy Music Guru that came out today, I think. So let's check this out. Love you guys. Thank you very much for tuning in this week, and we'll be back live from a secret location in South Carolina next week.
Is it
Love
South
you,
Sombrero?
Mombrero.
Yes, again, happy Mother's Day, everyone.
Happy Sombrero Day.
Happy Sombrero.
Happy Sombrero Day to all the mothers and the not mothers and the kitty mothers and all the mummies.
And just remember, men cannot be mothers; they cannot give birth. But women can, and if it wasn't for our mothers, we wouldn't be here. So thank you.
Indeed.
To all the
So thank you to all the motherfuckers out there who tuned in tonight.
Wow. Right.
Thank you guys.
Wow. And with that,
play that shit.
Love you, Nico. Love you guys. Love you all. Zach, Amy,
cheers,
Andrew.
Night, John boy.
Liz, thank you, Liz. Thank you, Karen. Love you. Nemo, Nathan, Zach, Amy, Alchemist, BCB.
Doctor, will you hand me the phone? I need to make a call. Now I'm awake, I need to phone home. I got something to tell them all. Got a ton of regret, and I tell you it hurts from the morning to the night. Gotta call everybody that I'll try to want me. Gotta tell them they were right. I thought you were crazy, I thought you were mad when you were all making your plea. But I never listened, 'cause I was too blind to see what was in front of me. But when I woke, I soon realized that all you want came true. And as I lay in my hospital bed, these words I say to you. You were right, I was wrong. You warned me for so long. How I wish I would have listened. Now I've ended up like this, and I can feel my heart is breaking. My body won't stop shaking, and I wonder if I'll make it through the night. You were right. See, my foolish pride just got in the way. I'm sorry if I let you down. I never considered all the work that you did to try to stop me ending up in a box in the ground. But now I'm scared and I wanna come home. I've gotta get out of this place. Gotta get back home to the people I love. Wanna tell them face to face. You were right, I was wrong. You warned me for so long. How I wish I would have listened. Now I've ended up like this, and I can feel my heart is breaking. My body won't stop shaking, and I wonder if I'll make it through the night. You were right. if I die before I wake, let others learn of my mistake. And if I live to see more days, you bet I'm gonna change my ways. If only I had used my brain, this juice would not be in my veins. No more will I just believe I was fooled, I was deceived. Yes, I was. You were right, I was wrong. You warned me for so long. How I wish I would have listened. Now I've ended up like this, and I can feel my heart is breaking. My body won't stop shaking, and I wonder if I'll make it through the night. You were right. You were right. You were right. And I was wrong.
Love you guys. Mwah. We'll see you next week on the Sombrero. Mwah. Bye.